Hi, thank you for coming. My name is Chrisandra Scove, and I teach third grade reading in Wylie, Texas. And if you like this video, please subscribe below so you'll get notifications when I have more videos. I just had to put this out there because I know this year's been hard for teachers and students alike. This year, I have been teaching half remote and half in person. And I know with all teachers, we feel like it's hard to reach those remote kids because everybody's on mute, but you might see an empty chair, you might see someone doing a craft, you might see someone laughing while you're going over a quiz, and you're like, that's not really funny. So sometimes we feel like we can't reach these kids, and it's hard to reach them when there's so many more distractions that they have at their home while they're learning online. And the most exciting thing happened to me this past week that I had to share it because it was so reassuring that we are reaching these kids and we are getting their attention. Just may not be all the time, but we are getting it. We had a small group. I pull my kids to small group, even the remote kids. They have certain times that they come to small groups. And I had a small group, and while I was getting the lesson up to share on my screen, I said, who would like to share what they're reading? And it exploded. We spent the entire time talking about what they were reading. One student said, well, I'm reading The Boxcar Children. And I was like, oh my gosh, The Boxcar Children. I have a set of Boxcar Children. And I said, can you tell me what you like about The Boxcar Children? So she went on to tell me how she likes the kids and the adventures and the mysteries. And another student in this small group said, I've never read Boxcar Children. Miss Scove, can I borrow that book? Absolutely. Put her name on a sticky note and set it aside to put in the office for her parents to pick up. So I said, anybody else got a book they want to share? And at first they just started talking over each other. And I was like, okay, we got to do it one at a time. And it was just so exciting. And another student said, well, I'm reading Junie B. Jones. I've read all the Junie B. Jones. If you teach second or third grade and do not have Junie B. Jones in your classroom, you need to get Junie B. Jones in your classroom. They're funny. They're not too difficult for early readers to read. The kids can relate to Junie B., the character. And so we started talking about Junie B., and I said, which one are you reading? And she was telling me, I'm reading Peep in the Pocket, and then I'm going to read the one about Thanksgiving. And she said, her grammar's not that great, though. And Junie B., if you ever read one, a lot of her grammar is not correct. And I know some people are like, well, I don't want them reading incorrect grammar. But it's great because then they know that that's not correct grammar and they can recognize it. And again, it's more important that they enjoy these books. So I said, I have all the Junie B. Jones. And so I pulled up Peep in my pocket and Peep in her pocket. And one of the other students says, I've never read Junie B. Jones. Can I borrow that one? Put a sticker on her name and put it aside. It was so exciting. And then one of the students said, Miss Scove, have you read Wings of Fire? And I said, I actually have Wings of Fire on my bedside, ready to read as soon as I finish my book. And she said, you have to read Wings of Fire. I'm on book 3. So I said, okay, I promise I'll get Wings of Fire out and start reading it. And I just started it last night, and it's actually really, really good. And I think I'm going to enjoy it. And I've already got a couple of kids in mind that I think would really enjoy it as well. So I wanted to make a video to let all you guys out there know we are reaching these kids. It was amazing to hear their conversations on their different books. And then they wanted to show me their bookshelves in their rooms and how many books they have and what all they have been reading and what they want to be reading. And they were able to share each other's books and talk about them and get each other interested in different series of books. So it was so exciting and so refreshing. And it's what we look for when they're with us. We look for them talking about books or going up to their friend during reading and saying, hey, look at this part. You won't believe what's just happened. And when they're online, it's hard to do that because they're not with each other to have that shared experience. So I was so excited that this happened, and I wanted to share it with you to let you know we are reaching them, even though it feels like they're not paying attention to us no matter what we do, sing or dance or whatever. They really are, and we are reaching them, and just keep working and don't give up. I know it's spring break, and I know a lot of teachers get burned out around spring break because it's it's been difficult this year, and a lot of kids are ready for the year to be over, and we've got a long ways to go. So hang in there, keep going, keep encouraging them to read, keep having those book talks and letting them share their love for reading with each other. Thank you so much for coming. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will put a list of these books in the bottom, and I'd love to hear your comments on book talks that your kids have had too. Thank you.